Good morning, students. My name is Madhu Priya, and I'm your science teacher. This is our first class, so hope you all are doing good. And let's start with the first chapter. Chapter name is Nutrition in Plants. So, as we all know, we all need nutrition to grow, to develop. All the living organisms, such as plants and animals, survive on food. Yes, we all know that food is very necessary for us for survival, for energy. Food provides us energy. Food help us to grow. So the food gives them energy to perform several activities in their life and helps in the growth. So both the plants and animals both need food, both need nutrients. Food consists of different types of nutrients for the growth of the body. Nutrients, certain substances are present in the foods that help in the survival of organism. What do you mean by this? That food consists of different types of nutrients that is very important for our body, for any organism body, for the survival. These special substances are called nutrients. For example, proteins, vitamins, carbohydrates, minerals, and fats. So these are the nutrients which present in food. Some living organisms like plants synthesize their food by themselves, while others such as animals depends upon the plants and other animals for their food. As we have already studied about this, that plants prepare their own food by the help of the process that is called photosynthesis, but what animals or we or human beings are totally dependent on the plants. But what plants do? Plants prepare their own food. They are not dependent on anyone. So next start with the next topic. First of all, what is nutrition? Nutrition is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. What do you mean that food, different types of nutrients? You can see the images here, different types of nutrients: carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamin, mineral, and water. So these six nutrients are very important for our body. You can see that carbohydrates are found inside the potato. You can take there are different examples for the food that consists of carbohydrates, but potato is one of the example that consists of carbohydrate. Carbohydrate gives energy to our body. Protein helps us in growing our body. So, where the protein is present in a meat, fish, the protein are in rich quantity. Fats is also important for our body, just to regulate our body temperature. Fruits are consist of different types of vitamins that is very important for our body. It grows our immunity. Minerals are also present in different types of pulses, different types of grains, water, the most important thing for our body, any living organism body, is water. So nutrition helps us to repair damaged parts and organs. Yes, nutrition help our body in different way, and in it help us to repair the damaged parts of the organs. Nutrition also provides energy for carrying out various functions. Yes, if we don't intake food, we don't have energy in our body to stand even. So nutrition is very important for our body. So we till now we discuss about that what is nutrition and why nutrition is important for the living organism. But as the chapter name is nutrition in plants, so in this chapter we are only going to study about the how plants get the nutrition, how plants get prepare their own food. So autotrophs and heterotrophs, like organisms that make food themselves, are called autotrophs. Which organism make their own food? As I've already told you, plants used to make their own food. One of the organism, plant. There are another example also, but as in this chapter we are going to study about the plants nutrition, so we are more focusing on the plants. Plants are an example of autotrophs, as they make their own food using carbon dioxide, water, and light energy. So for or by the help of what plants makes their own food, that is carbon dioxide, water, and light. And these three components are very, very important to for the plants to make their own food. And plants are known as autotrophs because they prepare their own food. Organisms that rely on others and usually take in ready-made food made by the autotrophs are called heterotrophs. Yes, human beings or animals are dependent on the plants, and plants are autotrophs, but we organism are animals and human beings are dependent on plants, or the other autotrophs is known as heterotrophs. Animals and human beings are an example of heterotrophs as they depend on plant in many ways for their food. As we all know, we are totally dependent on the plants products for our food, so we are considered as a heterotrophs. Now, very important topic, cell. Cell. So you all have to understand this term and very carefully listen to this. What is cell? Cell, as you have seen that the buildings are made up of bricks. Yes, we most of the time we have seen that buildings are made up of bricks. How they used to make the wall. I must say that most of the time you have seen that someone making the wall, they put brick one by one and make a wall. So you have seen that the buildings are made up of bricks. In the same way, the bodies of the living organism are made up of tiny units called cells. Means like in making wall, use a single brick every time. So in the same way, our body structure or any organism body structure is made up of cell. Might be it is a single cellular, might be it is made up of only one cell, or might be it is made up of different multiple cell. But all the organisms body are made up of cell. Like brick नहीं बोल करके brick, we will not call it as a brick, but we will call it as a cell. So cells can be only under the microscope. Cells can be seen only under the microscope. We all know we can't we are not able to as we are able to see bricks with our naked eyes, but we are not able to see our body cells in with our naked eyes. अपनी आंखों से नहीं देख सकते. We are only able to see those cells with the help of microscope. You must have seen in your laboratories or in your school that what is microscope. So by the help of microscope, we can see any organism cells. Some organisms are made up of only one cell. As I've already told you that there are such organisms also which are only made up of single cell. The cell is enclosed by a thin outer boundary called the cell membrane. Now look at the structure of the cell. How this what this is a rough structure of the cell I have given here. It given. You can see that cell's outer layer is known as cell membrane. Cell is covered with the membrane. Cell has a uh, which is known as the cell membrane. Outer membrane is known as the cell membrane. When you will see inside the cell membrane, there is a jelly-like fluid structure. This is called cytoplasm, and in the center part the nucleus is present. This is known as the nucleus. It's a centrally located spherical structure called nucleus. Located spherical structure is known as nucleus. So nucleus is in a spherical structure. So this is a rough structure. Here I have shown you that cell has three main parts. You can see nucleus, cytoplasm, and cell membrane. The cytoplasm is a jelly-like fluid surrounded around a nucleus. Cell is enclosed by a thin outer boundary called a cell membrane. Most cells have a distinct centrally located spherical structure called the nucleus. Sometimes it is also not uh, distinct. We are not able to sometimes see the nucleus, but yes, nucleus is present in every cell. Nucleus is surrounded by a jelly-like substance called a cytoplasm. So, but there is a different cellular structure in plant and animals. So, as this chapter is mainly considered as the plant nutrition, so we will discuss about the cell structure of plant only here. Later on, we will study about the animal structure, animal cell structure. Okay, so organelles. Organelles are there are different type of organelles present inside this cell. This is different in plants and this is different in animals. And all the and all the other structure that is present inside the cell are known as, other than nucleus, are known as organelles. Organelles are the tiny cellular structure inside a cell and perform specific function that are important for the cell. So all the other parts that is present under the cell all have a specific function in our body. So for example, they are found in we can take a example of chloroplast. Chloroplast is the cell organelle that carries out photosynthesis, and where it is present? It is present in the cytoplasm of plant cell. When you will see the structure of plant cell, you will find out that inside this cytoplasm there is another structure, chloroplast. Chloroplast consists of chlorophyll. How chlorophyll is important for the plant? Yes, chlorophyll only helps. Chlorophyll consists of the green colored pigment that is responsible for carrying out the process of photosynthesis in plant. And photosynthesis is very important for plant. We all know that by the help of process of photosynthesis only, plants used to prepare their food. So these organelles contains chlorophyll, the green colored pigment that is responsible for carrying out the process of photosynthesis in plants. Now chlorophyll, what is chlorophyll? Chlorophyll is the pigment that is responsible for the synthesis of food in green plants. This pigment, green colored to its bearers, and it's abundantly found in leaves. Chlorophyll is locked inside the chloroplast. Where it is present, where chlorophyll is present, might be this question asked to you sometimes, where is chlorophyll present? So you can say that chlorophyll is present in the chloroplast. What is chloroplast? Chloroplast is a cell organelle that is present in a plant cell. Okay, and why chlorophyll is important to the plant? Because chlorophyll consists of green colored pigment that is only responsible for carrying out the process of photosynthesis. Now move forward. That photosynthesis, what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process of synthesis of food by green plants. So, the synthesis of food in green plants is the process only known as the photosynthesis. This process usually takes place in the leaves of plant. Where photosynthesis takes place? Yes, on the leaves. Why? How on the leaves? Because leaf is also made up of cells, and there chloroplast is present, and in chloroplast there is a chlorophyll present, and chlorophyll only helps plants to do a photosynthesis process. Let's see the process of photosynthesis points regarding the process of photosynthesis. First point is the process of photosynthesis takes place in the leaves, and that is why leaf is known as the food factory of the plants. So what do you mean by this? That it is not like that ki plant prepare their own food, so every structure is engaged in making food. No, only leaf of the plant is engaged in making the food for the plant. And this is and by this reason only the leaf is also known as the food factory of the plants. Okay, so carbon dioxide is taken in through tiny pores on the leaves called stomata. Don't confuse about this term. What is the stomata? I will explain it to you what is the stomata. But for now, you understand like this. Carbon dioxide is taken in through tiny pores on the leaves called stomata. We all know that plant absorbs carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen into the atmosphere. So from where leaves absorbs that carbon dioxide? From stomata. We will see what is stomata. Water and minerals that are required for this time you can known as, there is a tiny pores on the leaf that is called stomata. Okay, water and minerals that are required for the process are transported to the leaves from the roots to the stem. So we all know that from where water and minerals supplies to the plant. Yes, from the roots only. We already studied about this, from the roots primary roots, secondary roots absorb those water and minerals and transfer it to the whole part of the plant. Chlorophyll helps the leaves use the energy from the sunlight to prepare food using the carbon dioxide, water, and minerals. Now, carbon dioxide reach to the plant through stomata, water and minerals from the roots. Now, what is the work of chlorophyll? They synthesize all the three materials, carbon dioxide, water, and minerals, and together make the glucose for the plant. That is very important for the plant growing. That is considered as a nutrition for the plant, and that helps the plants to grow. Oxygen is released as a byproduct in this process. So at last, oxygen released while making the glucose for the plants. Oxygen is released, that is released into the atmosphere. Now look at the picture. You will be very clear with this picture. You can see this is the picture of a plant. वाटर एंड मिनरल्स आर टेकन अप बाय द रूट्स, ये जाता है ऊपर जाता है और ये यहाँ से लीफ में जाता है. ओके. एंड यहीं पे ये लीफ के अंदर सेल होता है, प्लांट सेल होते हैं. प्लांट सेल के अंदर एज आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू कि प्लांट सेल के अंदर साइटोप्लाज्म, साइटोप्लाज्म के अंदर क्लोरोप्लास्ट होता है. नाउ यू कैन सी हियर, लुक एट द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द प्लांट, कैसे प्लांट के अंदर सेल ये इस तरह से प्लांट सेल इसमें अरेंज होते हैं. इस तरह से प्लांट सेल यहाँ पे लीफ के अंदर अरेंज होते हैं. व्हेन यू विल सी विद द माइक्रोस्कोप यू कैन एबल टू सी, you are able to see, look at that. So outermost layer of पे जो सेल होता है that is called गार्ड सेल. यहाँ सो जो outermost लेयर पे सेल होंगे वो बोले होंगे गार्ड सेल. दो गार्ड सेल के बीच में एक पोर्स होते हैं. पोर्स in the means that there is a distance between the two guard cells, sometimes distance between the two guard cells, so that is only called the spore. वो pores होते हैं, that is called stomata. ओके. ये पोर्स के थ्रू एंटर करते हैं कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, एंड दिस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज ट्रांसफर टू दिस सेल, एंड आफ्टर दैट दिस सेल. सो क्योंकि सेल सेल स्ट्रक्चर ऐसे कंबाइंड होते हैं, वो इजीली दे कैन ट्रांसफर to the whole parts. You can see that this is a guard cell, this is a guard cell, and there is a space between two guard cell. This is pores. This is called stomatal opening. स्टोमेटल ओपनिंग इसको बोलते हैं. इसी ओपनिंग के थ्रू ये स्टोमेटा में जाते हैं, एंड स्टोमेटा से ये इस सेल में ट्रांसफर होते हैं. मतलब आउटर मोस्ट लेयर्स वाले सेल में ट्रांसफर होते हैं, एंड फर्दर ऑन इट इज ट्रांसफर टू द होल cell and whole part of the body, because whole part of the plant is made up of cell, and each and every cell receive that glucose. So यहीं पे वो सेल होता है, एंड गार्ड सेल there is a chloroplast also, chlorophyll also. So chlorophyll take chloro when these cells absorbs carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and by the help of that carbon dioxide, water and minerals and soil and chlorophyll help to mix all these material and make a glucose. ग्लूकोज बनाता है प्लांट्स के लिए. जैसे हम ग्लूकोज क्यों बोल रहे हैं, क्योंकि लाइक फॉर आवर बॉडी ऑल्सो कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स यूज टू मेक ग्लूकोज फॉर अस दैट प्रोवाइड्स अस एनर्जी. in the same way plants also makes glucose for them by the help of water, minerals, soil and carbon dioxide. वो ग्लूकोज बनाता है, ऑक्सीजन बाय प्रोडक्ट एटमॉस्फेयर में चला जाता है, एंड आफ्टर दैट इट बाय द हेल्प ऑफ सेल स्ट्रक्चर, सेलुलर स्ट्रक्चर, इट इज ट्रांसफर टू होल पार्ट ऑफ द बॉडी. यू कैन सी यहाँ से आया वाटर एंड मिनरल, गया लीफ में, ग्लूकोज बना, ग्लूकोज गया वापस से सारे प्लांट्स पार्ट में. So this process, whole this process is known as the photosynthesis and the preparation of food in the plants. Hope you all have understand. If you have any problem regarding this, you can WhatsApp me anytime, and or you can contact sir. So he will inform me about that, and in next session we can discuss about the your questions. Uh, so you can feel free to contact me anytime. Okay, for today we will end our session here only. In next session we will further discuss about so how it takes place, for further more details about the cellular structure. So in next session, for this time, bye bye, take care.